It's Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time to meet Team 322. Tom Crawford, Bluebelly Tom, my longtime broadcast partner covering 17 and a half years. He's a regular contributor to thewolverine.com, and he is the creator of the Crawford Podcasting Network. 11 games down with this season, 1 to go, and you can't go anywhere without seeing Ohio State, Michigan.
Yeah, a lot
all
of
the
promos
for
today on Fox. You know, it's funny, this afternoon about 3:30, I thought, hey, Michigan State, and the Lions are all going to win on the same weekend. I really thought that was going to happen, but we saw what happened.
Counting on the Lions to finish that's asking a lot.
Yeah, but it's game week. It's a big week. Michigan, Ohio State, looking forward to it.
Lindsey Huddleston joins us, and he is the founder of Sports Psychology Solutions, and he is a regular Thursday co-host for an hour of The Drive with Jack, Spotlight Radio Network, and just back from Piscataway. How was that trip?
It was a great trip. It was a great trip going out there, seeing the Spartans getting their first win in some 2 months. So to be a part of that was a good feeling.
You said you're going to have to keep going to games till they won one, right?
That was the plan. That was the plan. And it worked out.
Well, you're going to have an opportunity now to see every game Michigan State plays this season.
Yeah.
And it might be 13.
13 would be a good lucky number in this case, right?
Yeah. My word.
Yeah.
Right. Great.
Exactly. Also joined by Darian Harris, 5-year MSU linebacker, co-captain of the 2015 Big Ten champions. He is a broadcaster, he's a Bigby Coffee brand ambassador, and he's a first-year assistant coach for Walled Lake Western. What a heartbreaking ending yesterday.
Yeah, tough game yesterday against a great Muskegon-Mona Shores team. But to make it to a Final Four, another Final Four in sports and in my life was exciting. And to be a part of that game, and you were there, I mean, that's a classic high school football game. One I think that both sides of the fence will be talking about for ages. 57-56 came up just a bit short. You know, you win that one, you go to Ford Field, but it was a great year, and it was a special year, especially as my first-year coach, as you mentioned.
Burned the lights out of the scoreboard at Oak Ridge High School, by the way.
Basketball game.
Did you ever think you'd be in a game like that with 16 touchdowns?
No, definitely not, especially, you know me, I'm defense all the way. But we couldn't stop them. They couldn't stop us. They made literally one more play than us at the end, so hats off to them.
Well, congratulations on the season. Walled Lake Western football is going to be around for a long time, do a lot of great things. We will be back in just a minute, and we're going to talk a lot of college football, also college basketball, and we have a special hockey segment. Dan Cole will be with us, along with Neil Kepke. Doug Warren will be here for Detroit Lions. But when we get back, our Going Green segment, talking about MSU Rutgers, brought to you by Graf.
First in line.
You don't have to wait for Furniture Row's Black Friday super sale.
Get huge savings store-wide. And 7 years, no interest financing.
Plus, the more you buy, the more you save.
But I was first in line.
The Black Friday super sale at Furniture Row.
When it's too cold for camping, we go camping. When it's too hot to work, we work. Too wet to keep going? Nah. This is the Gator XUV 835 with game-changing heat and air and 3 wide seating. It's never too anything for anything. Nothing runs like a deer.
See the new 835R and complete Gator lineup now at D&G Equipment in Mason, Williamston, Corunna, Howell, Highland, Charlotte, and Rives Junction.
Take a look around these streets. Do you really think we woke up one day and said, yeah, the world needs more pizza? Nah, just a better one. Better like the world's best pizza, Jets Detroit-style pizza. Hand-pressed and baked to the thickest, crispiest crunch. You're welcome. Now, enjoy our Deep Dish Duo, a delicious small one-topping Detroit-style pizza plus deep dish bread, just $11.99. Jets, better because it has to be.
First in line.
You don't have to wait for Furniture Row's Black Friday super sale.
Get huge savings store-wide. And 7 years, no interest financing.
Plus, the more you buy, the more you save.
But I was first in line.
The Black Friday super sale at Furniture Row.
Catch an encore of Silver Bells in the City Thanksgiving morning at 7:30 on Fox 47.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graf Chevrolet and Graf Nissan. West Grand River and Okemos, 105 years in the automobile business. They'll take great care of you, as they have on all 7 of my leases and purchases. Go green, go Graf.
Hey, the goal was as simple as go 1-0. We're able to do that. And I thought when you look at the football game, obviously Cody White has a tremendous day. Big catches, great catches, extra effort catches.
This week our goal was 1-0. So when we started up this week, just trying to get this win, we knew this one was a big one for the team. So once we started progressing through the week and just focusing on 1-0, and we managed to do that today.
It's amazing, you know, as a defensive guy, when the defense shuts another team out. You know, today we were able to keep them from getting any points, you know, even field goals. But that's always a great feeling. You know, that's the goal going into every game. That's the name of the game, defense. Stop him from scoring. So
they were playing off on him. He was playing the slot.
That's new, right?
Yeah, a little bit. And I knew, you know, none of the guys around him could cover him. They were playing off on him too, so he was getting free releases and just tossing the ball out there and letting him make plays.
How's your arm feel? You had some good zip on it.
Yeah, it felt really good. Probably the best it's felt in a while. I think I had some good zip. Obviously, the weather was fantastic. It helped a little bit, but yeah, ball felt good.
It was Mark D'Antonio, Cody White, Tyreek Thompson, and Brian Lewerke. Some very good post-game video. Who shot that video?
A little SPS Media.
Some guy named Huddleston, right? I got it. You were there. You saw it with your own eyes. Michigan State winning for the first time in 8 weeks, and they had not forgotten the words to the fight song.
No, they had not forgotten. They were happy to get it, and it was great to be in the atmosphere to see that happen for them.
So what was different? How did Michigan State get this done, 27-0, other than the caliber of the opponent?
I mean, I think that's key, the caliber of the opponent. So going into it, you knew you had some confidence and it was built up. But you saw Brian Lewerke throughout the game getting upset at missed opportunities. I talked to him after the game about that. He said he wanted to make sure that they can get as much as they could, and he didn't want to leave anything else on the field, which had happened before. But you saw that, and then they showed a little bit of happiness once they got back out of the locker room.
Tom, it was a career day for Cody White. 3 touchdowns, becomes just the 10th time that's happened for a Michigan State receiver over the years. But 11 grabs, 136 yards. What was different yesterday?
Well, I mean, he was terrific, obviously. You know, and I was watching the Ohio State Penn State game on Monitor 1. Monitor 2 was watching Michigan State Rutgers. And, I mean, he was running great routes. He was making great plays. Every time I looked up, he was catching the ball. But I got to tell you something. This Rutgers team is probably the worst FBS team I've ever seen. And I'm Mr. Positive about it. I'm sure most FCS teams could beat this team. They're just not very good. But I like the optics of the players. Look, Michigan State was excited about winning this game. You could tell right out of the chute that they were into it, and it showed.
Does it make any more sense than it did, Tom, that Rutgers is in the Big Ten? I look at Rutgers basketball. Women's basketball is good, but I just look at it and I say, why?
It's disgusting. I mean, that was just a bad business. I guess from a business decision, it was good for all the TV sets we keep hearing about that are important to the bottom line. But
when people start cutting the cord even more, then that's going to be
embarrassment. I mean, between Rutgers, Maryland, and Northwestern, those are 3 really bad teams at the same time. That's not good for the Big Ten, in my opinion.
Darian, if you'd offered Michigan State's players a 3-loss season, summer, they wouldn't have taken it. Now they have 6, but they still have a chance with a win on Senior Day against Maryland to get to a bowl game for the 12th time in 13 years under Mark D'Antonio. Not what people wanted, but what does it really mean?
Well, I just think it means that it's a continued certain level of success at Michigan State. I mean, getting to a bowl game is a pretty big accomplishment, and I think that especially when you see schools that you see at the end of the year when they have an opportunity to go and then they kind of fumble, no pun intended, the last game away because it seems like the players don't necessarily want to go. You kind of talk bad about them. You say, why wouldn't you want that opportunity to play in a bowl game? Does it not mean that much to you to play another game with your teammates? So for Michigan State to get an opportunity to have one more game, for the seniors to have one more game, and we always talk about it. It's hard to tell sometimes how important it is to win or lose a bowl game and what that does going into the next season. But I think for Michigan State, getting to a bowl game and winning that bowl game would be big going into 2020.
The only other Big Ten team that would have 12 bowl appearances in 13 years would be the Wisconsin Badgers. But the big news this week was probably Mark D'Antonio's statement Tuesday, asked by Chris Solari, point blank, are you coming back next year? And he said, that's my intention. I want to be back. I don't control everything. I live in the present, but I want to be back coaching this football team. What does that mean for the program?
I think it means stability for the program. I think in recruiting, that's a big component of it also. You don't want recruits thinking that the guy that they've committed to isn't necessarily going to be there. So I think that at this time, that's the perfect answer for him to give. And I think it's the true answer. I expect him to be back in 2020 as a head football coach at Michigan State University.
Anybody surprised by that statement? That he's coming back?
No, I'm not surprised. And I mean, he's not going to say the other thing, but it sounded like believable. I mean, he said he won that press conference. I'll say that about Mark D'Antonio on Tuesday.
I agree. Tom, we'll be right back. We'll have our Art of the Blue segment, and we're going to talk about Michigan football beating Indiana. Get ready for Ohio State.
Team spirit. Facepaint. More cowbell. Dean Trailway's Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
It's that time of year again. Yep, it's the Thanksgiving sale at a craft dealership near you. Yeah, turkeys, we've got some great deals this month. You speak turkey? The Turkey Whisperer.
During the Thanksgiving sale, Hank's giving you a new Chevy Silverado Crew Cab, just $224 per month. Or get a great deal on the new Chevy Blazer, just $245 per month.
Hurry into the Thanksgiving sale at a craft dealership near you. Turkey Whisperer. You should have heard what they said about your beard.
Bring the kids to Glen Bugy Chevrolet in Eaton Rapids, just south of Lansing, to see Santa on November 30th. Santa will be available from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Enjoy hot cocoa and cookies while you check out why it's better at Bugy. With an expanded inventory and more salespeople to better serve you. Right now, you can lease the 2019 Silverado Crew Cab for only $179 per month. Need an oil change or service? Enjoy expanded service hours and more technicians on staff to get you in and out, from price to selection to service.
Download the Fox 47 News app and stay connected everywhere you go.
Every day, there are doors to open and steps to be taken. There are chapters waiting to be written. There are simple things that mean the world, and things so complex they can change a world. There are decisions to make that make all the difference. And we have a part in all of it, every day.
Don't miss a chance to save at Johnson's Workbench Black Friday sale. Hurry, don't wait. If you have a woodworker on your holiday list, visit Johnson's Workbench in Charlotte this weekend for our Black Friday sale. Johnson's Workbench, everything for the woodworker.
Culligan of Lansing. Better water, pure and simple.
He's really talented. I mean, we're riding him. His play has just been outstanding. But he's really seeing the field well. He is taking care of the football at all times. I mean, it's rare that you're even it's even close to a turnover. He's doing a great job in that regard, and really playing really good disciplined football. Doing a great job going through his reads. He's getting really good protection from our offensive line, and running backs. A lot of blitzing out there today. I thought our offensive line did an extremely good job. So did our backs, and their pickup allowed us to make some big plays.
Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh talking about Shea Patterson. Tom, was he have 750 yards the last 2 games?
Oh, yeah.
It's been incredible.
Yeah, it's that most yards in a 2-game set in the history of the program, I think.
Congratulations on win number 9 for the Wolverines and on remaining unbeaten against Indiana since 87.
Yeah,
1987 seems like 1887.
Yeah, and then before that, go back to 67. Yeah. So how crazy is that?
Michigan will not make it to the college football playoff, as some thought they could. And the streak without a Big Ten championship now is at 15 years. But what are the chances that if Michigan plays the way it can, the way it has the last 4 games, that it can stun the Buckeyes the way it did 50 years ago in Ann Arbor?
And I was a 13-year-old sitting there in Section 3 in that game, the 24-12. Well, I said after this show, Jack, you'll remember that, and then a lot of podcasts ever since that time, after the Penn State game, where from halftime of the Penn State game and beyond, Michigan's outscored their opponent 180-52. I said that they were going to run the table, including a bowl win.
Yeah.
So on pace for that. Granted, probably love goggles on here when I say that, but I truly believe that. And I think when I watched Ohio State, Penn State, yeah, Chase Young is just a maniac and all that good stuff. I see feasibility in beating Ohio State.
Yeah.
I truly do. And Michigan's got this offense clicking, and Jim Harbaugh kept talking about it. It's going on pace fine. Urban Meyer said game 7 or from week number 7 it's going to be clicking, and it's doing it. And they're throwing the football. They're taking what the defense gives them. That's not like Michigan in the past. It's always run the ball, but that's what RPO is all about, and they're on a roll right now.
And Michigan is protecting the football, something it didn't do early in the season.
Funny how that
and now
works.
It's Ohio State that's getting a little sloppy.
Well, they did that Penn State game, and that's how that game flipped. I mean, it was 21-0, But, yeah, I mean, take care of the football, minimize the penalties, and obviously go vert. They went 4 vert in this game. I mean, they're throwing the football. It's fun to watch. And Nico Collins is really coming into his own.
3 touchdowns yesterday.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Lindsay, watching pro football today, I was surprised at halftime they didn't go into an Ohio State-Michigan pregame show. They stopped just short of that. Why is this game so important to so many people, even when it doesn't have championship implications?
Because it has bragging right implications. People want to brag one way or the other, even if their teams are not doing like they want them to. Ohio State's doing a great job, but it gives someone something to talk about around the water cooler. Holidays are coming. There's going to be that uncle or that in-law that they have to see. It gives them a chance to say something, no matter how the records are looking, to be able to talk about something for this season and next season.
There's one guy in this panel tonight who doesn't care about Michigan-Ohio State as much as he does one other game. You know who that is?
Yeah,
Mr. Crawford. You have always said that the Michigan State-Michigan game was more important to you.
It's not even comparable to me personally. And when I talk to my Michigan buddy, they look at me like I'm from Mars.
Yeah.
But Michigan State is very personal. Michigan-Ohio State, yes, it's frustrating, and I get all that, and they've been dominating. And I don't like their fan base. They're just not very good people for the most part. But it's Michigan State for me. No, because I got to hang around those people. They're all around me. Including the guy, a former player right across the table. My God.
Well, if Ohio State does win this game, make it 17-2 in the last 19 against Michigan, now you know how the Spartans felt when Schembechler beat them 17 of the last 20, right?
Yeah, this is worse than that, though.
What do you think, Darian? Can Michigan give them a game? Can they win it? Can Shea Patterson outplay Justin Fields? And if you're Jim Harbaugh, what do you do about Chase Young?
Yeah, I mean, I think they can give them a game. You got to sit to it, Chase Young, though.
We'll be right back with more of The Big Picture, looking national, up next.
Hike! Get in the savings zone at Capital Honda with game-winning offers on the new 2019 Honda Civic LX, $189 a month, or new 2019 Honda CR-V EX all-wheel drive, $269 a month. You should be driving a Honda from Capital Honda.
Sweetie, I'm sorry I missed your game.
We're not speaking. Anything you want to say, put it in writing.
When you have to say you're sorry, be soft. When you need to make it right, be strong.
You're a dork, Dad.
I know.
Angel Soft, 1,000 more sheets per pack.
Get all the books you need this holiday season. Black Friday, November 29th through Sunday, December 1st. We celebrate our amazing annual Thanksgiving half-off sale. Stop in for a huge selection of paperbacks, bestsellers, hardcovers, all half off. Only Black Friday through Sunday. 3 days only, and half off all books at the bookshelf in Holt.
It's a 911, all new Monday on Fox.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Woody's Oasis, your healthy alternative to fast food. Woody's has the best Mediterranean food in town. Stop and see Chuck and Delita. They'll make you feel like family. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is always willing to help.
Hi, how are you doing today? Do you want to do the homemade bread with it, or did you want to do the thin bread as a side?
They'll be sure to put a smile on your face. And as lifelong supporters of MSU athletics, you never know who might stop by. Eat Woody's and live longer.
Coulda, shoulda, Woody's.
Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, right next to campus. Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for The Big Picture, brought to you by Dean Trailways. With trips for every season, Dean takes care of the details so you can enjoy the experience, including daily casino runs and great getaways to Northern Michigan and Chicago, where Doug Warren and I were for the NFL Legends Classic. That's Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Daniels takes a shot for Darby. Flag out. Doesn't matter. Touchdown.
Fitz. You don't see this look very often.
Johnny Johnson tunnel screen escapes and is in the clear. Has a downfield block. Makes a cut and will be knocked down inside the 10. Preserve as much clock as possible. Habibi Likia will just walk in. Herbert pumps and throws to a wide open receiver. It's Johnson again, and things are getting tight in Tempe. Bill's going to come from behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. But a downfield shot to Ayuk. A foot race. They won't get him. Wow. See if they come after him. No, they don't blitz. It's a screen in traffic. Johnson scores. And does he get the hop he needs? It's knocked around. Looks like the Sun Devils came up with it.
There you see Arizona State getting it done. And what a weekend for Arizona State. First, they beat #1 Penn State in wrestling.
I saw that, yeah.
Then they get Oregon, and they nearly got Virginia today in basketball. They lost.
That was an entertaining game to watch.
Very much so. So we got ASU, and Jaden Daniels outplays Justin Herbert, wreaks havoc with the Pac-12's chance to get into a playoff. And Oregon, Darian, hadn't led a game in a month. And here they are, and now they look like a terrific team again. Look like they did on the last drive in Spartan Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, Arizona State, they seem to have some type of fourth quarter magic. I mean, you got a freshman quarterback in there. It's his first go with this thing. You know, he's wet behind the ears. He's just kind of figuring it out. He's just out there slinging it, and I think he has a perfect coach in Herm Edwards to allow him to do that, to allow him to develop. You know, after they beat Michigan State, you know, partly because I wanted him to continue to do well, so it looks like a quote-unquote bad loss, but partly because I saw a little bit of, you know, specialty in this guy. I thought they'd have a good season. They didn't have as good a year, Arizona State, that I thought that they would have, but you get a win like that, they've now beaten more ranked teams than Alabama has this year, which is crazy to think about.
Wow. And someone said, well, hey, that's great for Utah. I said, no, that's bad for Utah.
Yeah, horrible.
Because now Utah had to beat Oregon anyway. But now a win there doesn't look as good. It doesn't mean as much.
Yeah, I think the Pac-12 is now out of the playoffs no matter what.
I agree.
Tom, Ohio State locked it up yesterday against Penn State, built a 21-0 lead, and then got sloppy, kicked it around a little bit. It was 21-17. Does this look like the same team we watched early in the year?
Well, no, I mean, they turned the ball over. They did some things they've been able to avoid. But actually, it was before it was 21-0. They were going in to make it 14-0 in that first quarter. And they fumbled into the end zone from the half yard. All of a sudden, instead of being up 14-0, or Penn State had the ball first and 20, or first and 10 on their own 20, and they're only down 7. I mean, that could have flipped the game right there. If Ohio State takes care of the football, that's a more of a one-sided game. It opened the doors, and then Penn State loses Clifford gets hurt, and they bring in the backup, and he ends up doing better than Clifford was doing. Sometimes that happens. So, I mean, I thought the score was misleading. I thought Ohio State was more dominant than the score indicates.
Regardless of what happens Saturday in Ann Arbor, the Buckeyes will be back in Lucas Oil Stadium. Lindsay will be there for that, along with Doug. Will the Buckeyes be facing the Wisconsin Badgers again, or the Minnesota Golden Gophers? They have a showdown coming up in Minneapolis.
I don't mean to be a Gopher hater. I mean, I'm always going against them. I mean, P.J. Fleck, I think, is a great coach. But Wisconsin, now I watched them against Purdue. They struggled a little bit yesterday in Madison, but I think they go to Minneapolis. Game day is going to be there. Minnesota's going to get all caught up in that stuff. Wisconsin's been there. Whiskey's going to win this game on Saturday. You watch.
P.J. Fleck's going to send you an oar if the Gophers
he can
get
row
this
his own
done.
boat. That's not going to happen.
Lindsay, when you think about the AP Top 25 now, humor me for a minute. What happens if Minnesota wins out? What if they beat the Badgers? Hey, they won by 22 last year in Madison. Let's say Minnesota wins this game and then figures out some way, I don't know, Justin Fields turns his ankle, gets food poisoning. They figure out a way to beat the Buckeyes. Would Minnesota make the college football playoff? Or is it possible, let's say LSU remains undefeated and Utah loses to Oregon. Could you have two Big Ten teams in? Could Minnesota, the Big Ten champ, and Ohio State, the runner-up, both be in the playoff?
In a perfect world, it would work out like that, and I think people would get behind it, but I just don't see that college playoff committee deciding on P.J. Fleck and company making it down to the championship and being in the playoffs in that regard. I just don't see them totally buying in. Maybe it's Tom Crawford's influence or something like that, but I just don't see it.
They've been listening to Tom. Darian, what do you think? Wisconsin or Minnesota in the West?
I got Minnesota taking this. I think that they just had a year where they just believe as a team. And we've seen plenty of teams in the past. Belief can go a long way.
Absolutely. We'll be right back. Our Take It to the Bank segment. Basketball up next.
It's that time of year again. Yep, it's the Thanksgiving sale at a craft dealership near you. Yeah, turkeys, we've got some great deals this month. You speak turkey? The Turkey Whisperer.
During the Thanksgiving sale, Hank's giving you a new Chevy Silverado Crew Cab, just $224 per month. Or get a great deal on the new Chevy Equinox, just $197 per month.
Hurry into the Thanksgiving sale at a craft dealership near you. Turkey Whisperer. You should have heard what they said about your beard.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football.
It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And builds strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders. And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
Team spirit, face paint, more cowbell. Dean Trailway's Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Bears, Lions, Thanksgiving Day on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Happy Other's Day.
You mean Mother's Day?
No, I mean Other's Day. The day I celebrate all the other recyclables that should never go in your recycling bin, like batteries. Learn the rules of recycling at recyclingraccoons.org.
Slide into an all-new water park experience, only at Soaring Eagle Water Park and Hotel. Our new interactive water slides let you choose your own light and music, compete against friends, and easily share your experience on social media. And you'll still earn and redeem points at Soaring Eagle Water Park, Soaring Eagle Casino, and Saganing Eagles Landing Casino. It's a whole new way to water park, exclusively at Soaring Eagle Water Park and Hotel, Mount Pleasant. Book your family getaway now at SoaringEagleWaterPark.com.
Happy Other's Day.
You mean Mother's Day?
No, I mean Other's Day. The day I celebrate all the other recyclables that should never go in your recycling bin, like batteries. Learn the rules of recycling at recyclingraccoons.org.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Take It to the Bank segment, brought to you by Dart Bank. Dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years, with 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holton South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank for what matters most.
Right here, I just want to say thank you all. Thank all the Spartan Nation. It's been a really tough time for me and my family. So just all the support, all the love, all the flowers. I really, really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Me and our family. You know what I'm saying? There's no better place than this, and how you guys just showed how much you care. My teammates, my coaches, everyone in this building, man. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I lost a piece of my heart, but you guys you keep me going. So I love everything about this place, and I really appreciate you guys. So thank you.
Lindsey Huddleston, you were with me in Breslin Center Monday, and Cassius Winston taking that mic, stepping to the center of the court, and giving that heartfelt thank you. Well, what does that say about Cassius, and what does it say about the MSU community that's shown so much support in a time of tragedy?
Well, I think what it says a great thing about Cassius and his family that he comes from, but it talks about the connection between both the MSU community and Cassius Winston, both benefiting each other. Cassius has been a great player here, will continue to be a great player this season, which benefits the Michigan State fan faithful. But he also says, I benefit from you. Being here is my place of solace during this difficult time. So I think it talks about the interconnectedness of Cassius being a great player, but this university being connected to him and both helping each other.
You know, Tom, he has a chance not just to be the first player in history with 2,000 points and 1,000 assists. He has a chance to join the elite club, the MSU Rushmore.
Oh, he does.
Irvin Johnson.
Right.
There's Mateen Cleaves. There's Tom Izzo. And there's one spot left. And if they win a national championship, it'll be Cassius that they'll be engraving.
No doubt about that.
Darian, we finally got a look at Gabe Brown as a starter. Aaron Henry, his ankle as a precaution, sat out, and Gabe got rave reviews from his teammates, from his coaches. Even Tom Izzo said nice things. And from the fans. How important is Gabe Brown to what this team wants to be moving forward?
Well, it's incredibly important because to be able to get to where they want to go, and that's Final Four, and now beyond that, national champions, you got to have depth. You know, that's how you get things done in college basketball. We saw last year with Virginia, they may not have had the most talented players in the country, but they had depth. They were 6, 7, 8, 9 guys deep. So that's what you have to have for Michigan State. It can't just be Cassius out there scoring all the buckets. It can't just be X either. It can't just be Xavier Tillman as a second option. And then when Aaron Henry gets healthy as a third option, you need a fourth option, a fifth option, guys off the bench. You need a lot of players to be able to have a successful season. So it was really good to see Gabe Brown have that opportunity. He showed off his athleticism. You know, we know he has an outside shot as well. I think it's going to be really big for Michigan State's success this year.
Tom, we finally got a definitive answer about Joey Hauser. He will not be playing for Michigan State this season. But do the Spartans have enough to go to the Maui Invitational? Virginia Tech tomorrow, either Dayton or Tom Crean and the Georgia Bulldogs on Tuesday.
That'll be interesting.
And then Kansas could be waiting on the other side of the bracket in the final. And then we have Duke coming in, and Michigan State has a chance to be the first Big Ten school to beat Duke twice in one calendar year. Crazy stuff.
Only you would know those stats, Jack.
Can they get that done, or do you see them slipping somewhere?
No, I don't see them slipping. And I'm telling you what, winning at Seton Hall told me everything I need to know about Michigan State. Winning and tough against good teams on the road, that blows away winning any tournament team in a tropical island or a home game against a cupcake. And Michigan's played 4 cupcakes right now, and they all look good against Houston Baptist. But going on the road like Michigan State did, that tells me a lot against a really good team. And I see Michigan State to still, even without Joey Hauser and Josh Langford's injury, I still see them the team to beat in the nation for the national title.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Michigan because I've been impressed, and I think Michigan is going to be a surprise team this year. I said I thought they would be in the top 5 in the Big Ten. I'm sticking with that. But the team I've really liked watching is Ohio State.
Oh, yeah, that big win over Villanova. Yeah.
Much like Michigan's win over Villanova a year ago,
yeah,
right?
That's true.
There's going to be a lot of interesting games in the Big Ten moving forward, but this is a terrific week. And you got from Wednesday with Kansas to Tuesday with Duke. And don't remember a bigger pre-conference week for Michigan State. I know someone who got a pair of tickets to Duke game, more than $1,000.
Oh my.
So if you have tickets there, consider yourself very fortunate. We will be right back. And coming up next, Dan Cole's in the house with Neil Kepke. We'll be talking Spartan hockey up next.
WSYM Fox 47 is an equal opportunity employer and is dedicated to providing broad outreach regarding job vacancies. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should contact our Human Resources Department by calling 517-484-7747.
At the David Chapman Agency, we take your business insurance personally. Our expertise makes it easy for you. Experience the benefit of a local agent who cares about your business with the David Chapman Agency and Auto Owners Insurance. Visit davidchapmanagency.com.
Hot deals on Hot Wheels are at Team 1 in Charlotte, like this 2020 Silverado for a one-time lease payment of just $81.50. That's it, no monthly payments after that. Only $81.50 for a 2020 Silverado Crew Cab with no monthly payments. Only at Team 1 in Charlotte. Team1Charlotte.com.
Download the Fox 47 Storm Shield app and stay in touch everywhere you go.
Team spirit. Face paint. More cowbell. Dean Trailway's Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin to the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Lansing's Best segment, brought to you by the Greater Lansing Sports Authority, bringing thousands of athletes and teams to mid-Michigan for hundreds of tournaments and special events. Hats off to the GLSA for showing us just what this area can be.
Drops right in front of Logan Lambden, driving in from the right wing. Goal for Michigan State! Logan Lambden, what a snipe from the right circle. We're tied. At the right point, minute 14 to play in regulation. Rosberg, high slot. Yes! Goal! Sammy Saliba!
There you see the highlights from last night's terrific comeback win. I am joined by Neil Kepke, My Human Hockey website. And Neil, we have a very special guest tonight in front of the green screen.
Yes, we do.
You want to introduce Danton Cole?
Yes, it's the third-year coach Danton Cole who's got the Spartans ranked number 8 in the pairwise this week after a win and a tie against Notre Dame.
Danton, it's been a long time since people have talked this way, but Spartans are hot. Munn is fun again. Is this what you envisioned in year 3, or is the progress even a little quicker than you imagined it would be?
Well, it's been good, and I think that we've talked about it since I first got back in terms of one of the things that we wanted to do was get Munn back to being a snake pit, and kind of how it was when I was playing here in a lot of the good years. And you worked through that, and a big part of that is getting the fans there and winning some hockey games. So we thought year 3 we'd probably make a little bit of progress. We moved, I think, in the first couple years maybe quicker than I thought we could. But guys have done a nice job. Munn's been real exciting. The student section's been unbelievable, and it's a fun place to play right now.
Neil, when you look at the last 6 games, a shutout at Penn State, nearly swept the Nittany Lions on the road, then come back and get the first sweep of the Wolverines in a decade. Then you've got Notre Dame, number 3 in the nation, coming in. You get a tie, and then you get that come-from-behind win. Spectacular weekend. As you think about how this all unfurled, Dan, what's the biggest reason you've been able to have this success in the last 6 games?
Well, I think one big part about it is John Lethman's he's been outstanding, and we've had a couple of games that could have gone either way, and he came up real big. Penn State, he was unbelievable. We got down 3-1 to Michigan. He shut the door the rest of the way, and then last night in the third period, he was outstanding and gave us a chance to come back. So that's probably first and foremost. But I think on top of that, our defensive core has played really well. They're moving the puck, they're defending real well, and just kind of settling everything down back there. So we're able to win a 2-0 game. We're able to come back and win a 4-3 game at Michigan. So I think those 2 things have been pretty important. And then we've had a little bit of depth of scoring up front. We've had some, Kodorenko's line the last few years has really carried us, but in some of those games, Sammy Saliba and Logan Lambden have stepped up scoring some goals. Josh Nodler as a freshman is getting some key points at key times. So I think everybody's kind of chipping in, and there's a good feeling in the room, and I think it's not a fake feeling. I think we felt from the beginning of the year that this is a pretty good hockey team. We're going to win some games.
And the power play had been great, Neil, penalty kill as well until the other night, but haven't had that many chances to be on the power play. It seemed like for a long time you were always killing one off, Dan.
Yeah, it's weird. It kind of comes and goes. Notre Dame games tend not to be high in penalties. I think they had 3 or 4 the other night. We only had the 2. And the night before, I think we each had 1. So it gets a little stagnant in that sense. But our power play, I think, they're still in the top 5 or 6 in the country, and they've been humming along pretty well. And the penalty kill, we got off to a little bit of a rough start, but the Big Ten play, we had been doing really well, and I think we had killed 14 of the first 15 until last night. So that's kind of come around again. I'll give John Lethman a lot of credit, but the guys have figured some stuff out, and they're playing. And that's the way the games are now, and as close as they are, those, usually if you look at a game like last night where you say the other Notre Dame gets 2 power play goals, we get none, you probably don't win that hockey game. So we can't go to the well on that too much, but the guys found a way to get it done without the special teams winning.
The schedule has not been in your favor. I think you've had, Neil's at 6 games, if you count Cornell, against top 5 teams.
7 on the road. Oh, yeah,
against
exactly.
top 5 teams.
Top 5
you've got
teams,
Cornell, you've got Penn State, you've got Notre Dame, and now you head to Ohio State. And the Buckeyes are dangerous. They've played some good hockey. Do you have to be careful that your team isn't too excited about this after the recent success?
Well, it's something we talked about even last week. It's easy. You beat Michigan twice, and we had the good weekend before Penn State, and we kind of went back to the old John Wooden phrase. Be careful of paying too much attention to praise or criticism, and just kind of stay on an even keel. And I think our guys have done a good job with that. And the nice thing about the Big Ten is, as soon as you're done with one weekend, you start thinking about the next, and it's another really good team we're facing. And you're right about Ohio State; they're tough. So that kind of grounds you back in reality. You got to get back to work, and I'm sure the guys will be ready tomorrow at practice to start planning for Ohio State.
Neil, I was going to ask Tom Crawford this question, but I figured you might know better. When's the last time that the Spartans had 13 times as many points in league play as Michigan?
That goes back a long time. Probably when Red Berenson was first at Michigan in the early years when Michigan was just revolving as a program.
Third place and 2 games in hand. Thanks a lot, Dan. Appreciate it. We'll be right back in just a moment on Press Pass.
With MSU-FCU's Visa Signature Card, receive 3% cash back on groceries, 2% cash back on gas, travel, and universities, and 1% cash back on everything else. Open your MSU-FCU Visa Signature Card today.
We fit a lot of life into our Subaru Forester.
It's good to be back.
Sure is. Over the years, we trusted it to carry and protect the things that were most important to us. We always knew we had a lot of life ahead of us. That's why we chose a car we knew would be there for us through it all.
Welcome to the all-new 2019 Subaru Forester.
Visit Williams Subaru for the Subaru Share the Love event, going on now only at Williams Subaru.
Northwest Community Schools provides a positive culture that inspires students to achieve greatness.
We believe in being intentional.
Have a clearly defined vision and mission and be mindful.
We are Northwest.
Go Aggies!
There's so much more I can teach you about murder.
It's that time of year again.
Yep, it's the Thanksgiving sale at a craft dealership near you. Yeah, turkeys, we've got some great deals this month. You speak turkey? The Turkey Whisperer.
During the Thanksgiving sale, Hank's giving you a new Chevy Silverado Crew Cab, just $224 per month. Or get a great deal on the new Chevy Blazer, just $245 per month.
Hurry into the Thanksgiving sale
at a craft dealership near you.
Turkey Whisperer.
You should have heard what they said about your beard.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Woody's Oasis, your healthy alternative to fast food. Woody's has the best Mediterranean food in town. Stop and see Chuck and Delita. They'll make you feel like family. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is always willing to help.
Hi, how are you doing today? Do you want to do the homemade bread with it, or did you want to do the thin bread as the side?
They'll be sure to put a smile on your face. And as lifelong supporters of MSU athletics, you never know who might stop by. Eat Woody's and live longer.
Coulda, shoulda, Woody's.
Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, right next to campus. Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. I'm talking about chicken shawarma with baked breast meat and hummus made fresh in a 3-day process. That's why I'm there every week. Stop and see Chuck, Delita, and their terrific staff on Trowbridge, or find Woody's favorites at Tom's Foods, Horrocks, and all across MSU's campus.
Sims had a big return earlier, takes this one on the run, lost the football, and stays on his feet. Out across the 30 and still going. Steven Sims will take this all the way into the end zone. 91 yards for a Redskins touchdown. Driscoll throws, end zone, touchdown. Logan Thomas. Driscoll sets and throws. Now it's intercepted by Quentin Dunbar. Hopkins 3 for 3 today. This is for the lead from 39. It is good.
The toss and throwing back type play.
All right, here we go. Driscoll's pass is picked off, intended for Jones. And that will put the exclamation point on a Washington victory.
How many times have we seen this game over the last 62 years? Joined by Doug Warren, our Detroit Lions historian. Doug, the Lions didn't tank, but they also did not win, and handing Washington just its second win of the season. And at the end of the game, Dwayne Haskins and Terry McLaurin celebrating like they just scored 62 points against Michigan.
Well, I mean, you know, you beat the Lions for a win, and you're the Washington Deadskins. I mean, it's a big day for you. They were so excited that they had to call in the backup quarterback to take the kneel down at the end because they were like taking selfies in the crowd. I don't know how that's going to pan out for the Washington team for the rest of these guys' career, the two guys from Ohio State that you just mentioned. But look, the Lions suck, okay? They need to fire these idiots because there's no reason in the world this team should have went into Washington, a 1-9 football team, and looked absolutely incompetent. I don't care if Jeff Driscoll's been on a milk carton for the last year. You go in there and you win that football game, and if you don't, people's heads need to roll. Now, Martha Ford is 94 years old. Get her 94-year-old butt out of bed in the morning and tend some pink slips out, and let's get another rebuild going because this rebuild is a tire fire.
Guys, don't you think it would be better if Doug formed an opinion once in a while?
General manager.
So
hard
really
to see where he's coming from. Yes.
The Lions trailed 13-3 and then rallied and went up 16-13, only to give up 2 late field goals and throw 2 interceptions in the last 61 seconds. How did this happen?
How did it happen? Because it's the Detroit Lions. You know, how did it happen? The Lions, look, how did it happen? You know how many catches T.J. Hockenson had today, Jack? Zero. Zero, yeah. A transformational tight end. Look, here's a quarter. Call somebody who cares about a transformational tight end. You win by drafting defense. Defense wins championships, and now, like 9 months too late, they're sitting their quarterback with a broken back down. They should have sat him down last year in December, so they could have had a pick and picked, I don't know, Josh Allen, Nick Bosa, the defensive tackle for Buffalo from the Houston Cougars who had a tackle and a sack today.
Ed Oliver.
Yeah, Ed Oliver. They could have had all those guys if they would have lost a few more games, but instead, Matt Patricia and his egghead buddy tried to win a few games to get into a playoff run last year. Look, these guys are morons. Get rid of them. I'm sick of watching this football team, and I haven't been this mad since probably Marty Morningwig was head coach.
Well, we're not going to talk about the other games. We're not going to talk about the New York Jets and their big win over Oakland. I looked at the Lions' schedule, Doug, and I said, okay, they got this one, they got the Bears, they got the Bucks, they got the Broncos. They could finish with 7 wins. Not gonna happen. Yeah. We'll be right back in just a moment with our Cool and Smooth segment from Culver's.
Team spirit. Face paint. More cowbell. Dean Trailway's Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
It's that time of year again.
Yep, it's the Thanksgiving sale at a craft dealership near you. Yeah, turkeys, we've got some great deals this month. You speak turkey? The Turkey Whisperer.
During the Thanksgiving sale, Hank's giving you a new Chevy Silverado Crew Cab, just $224 per month. Or get a great deal on the new Chevy Equinox, just $197 per month.
Hurry into the Thanksgiving sale
at a craft dealership near you.
Turkey Whisperer.
You should have heard what they said about your beard.
No Shave November on Fox 47. Play every day to increase your chances of winning.
Slide into an all-new water park experience, only at Soaring Eagle Water Park and Hotel.
Our new interactive water slides let you choose your own light and music, compete against friends, and easily share your experience on social media. And you'll still earn and redeem points at Soaring Eagle Water Park, Soaring Eagle Casino, and Sackening Eagles Landing Casino. It's a whole new way to water park, exclusively at Soaring Eagle Water Park and Hotel, Mount Pleasant. Book your family getaway now at SoaringEagleWaterPark.com.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Cool and Smooth segment, brought to you by the 5 Culver's locations in mid-Michigan. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious butter burgers and premium frozen custard. That's Culver's. Welcome to delicious. Tua Tagovailoa was not on the field yesterday, but here he is in the hospital after his surgery. And he looks like he's having a great time, about as good as the Crimson Tide had yesterday. 66-3. I don't know why they play those games.
Carolina.
Points. Crazy stuff. All right, Team 322. Who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mint explosion this week? Lindsey Huddleston, let's start with you and our play of the week.
I had to think about 2 different Spartan plays. Gabe Brown had an amazing dunk against Charleston Southern, but Cody White in his one-handed 29-yard grab for a touchdown for the win. It's been 2 months. I got to give it to Cody White's touchdown from Brian Lewerke as a play of the week.
I have one honorable mention to add to that, and it doesn't involve anything good with the Detroit Lions, but it's a short list. How about that kickoff return today with the Redskins fumbling it?
You know, when you fumble it, that seems to always work.
Yeah.
Why don't they just do that on purpose? Have you ever thought of that?
Plan to drop it. Bounce it.
The one we had yesterday was a pitch. We pitched it back. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
It works the same way. It kind of slows your
sequence.
coverage team down. Yeah.
Darian, what do we have for game of the week?
Game of the week, I was going to wait till the end of the season to talk about my own games, and I would have hoped that it would have come in a better situation for us, but I think it was still game of the week with World Lake Western, Muskegon Mona Shores. We unfortunately came up 1 play short, lost the game 57-56, sounded like a basketball score.
Yeah.
16 total touchdowns, 2-point conversions left and right. You had scores in all types of different ways. Couldn't be more proud to have been a part of the World Lake Western program this year as a first-year coach. Came up just a little bit short of Ford Field, but can't wait to get back rolling for next year.
After I saw you on the field, I saw the guys with the chains. They were winded.
Yeah.
They were tired at the end of that
They're getting waved.
Tom Crawford, what do we have for Team of the Week?
Well, for the Team of the Week, I wish I could go back last week, and I would have had Rutgers the Team of the Week. The fact they scored 21 on Ohio State, there needs to be an investigation. Point shaving, maybe. Anyway, no, I'm going to go high school, just like Darian did, for my Teams of the Week, the 3 local teams that move forward. PW, obviously Lansing Catholic Central, Lansing Catholic, they call it right now. They advance. They're going down to Ford Field. And Jackson Lumen Christi, we have a lot of followers that watch this show in Jackson. So hats off to them. And then, hey, DeWitt had a really good year. They stepped aside. That Muskegon team was supposed to be like a college team.
Yeah, that team's
and then also kudos to Fowler, too. So they got to the semis. Those are great accomplishments.
And Portland St. Patrick made it to the finals.
Finals, the 8-man. Forgot about that.
Absolutely. Rob Zimmerman from DeWitt is going to join us on the Drive with Jack tomorrow.
Well, that's good.
And, nobody thought that they would give Muskegon the game that they did.
That's all we've been hearing all year. This is a college team.
Yeah.
Talking about, Muskegon. I mean, that was right down to the wire.
Yeah, absolutely. Our player of the week is a football player, a basketball player, a baseball player. He's into karate, but he's only 9 years old. And his name is Fraser Hartnell. He's from Westerville, Ohio, age 9, and here you see him at the Michigan State-Illinois game. And he went home, and after the Michigan game, he wrote a letter to Mark D'Antonio, to Brian Lewerke, his idol, and to Michigan State fans, reminding them, have a little perspective here, okay? Support your team, win or lose. He's inspired a lot of people. Had over 5,000 likes to tweet.
Wow.
And,
he's gone viral then.
Yeah, Mark D'Antonio has contacted the family, and he's going to be their guest for the Maryland game. And he's finally going to get to meet Brian Lewerke. He's got the Lewerke do. He's got the hairdo, the whole thing.
Cool. That's awesome.
What a great way and what a tribute, and he's taught us an awful lot. I want to thank Tom Crawford, Bluebelly Tom, getting ready for Ohio State, Michigan. Lindsey Huddleston back from Rutgers. He'll be with us Thursday on The Drive with Jack. Darian Harris, congratulations on the year for Walled Lake Western. We'll see you next week, everyone. Have a great Thanksgiving.